How fast can it lap Tsukuba? Episode 9, the Peugeot 308 RCZ Racing Cup. Hello, good evening and welcome back to the Housebarns World YouTube channel. The last time we did How Fast Can It Lap Tsukuba, I went round the track in a Lamborghini Huracan Performante. And it was that good, it beat the Nissan Nismo GTR. I'll link that up in the top right hand corner. If you've missed that video, go and have a look at that because that was a bloody good lap. Now in that video I was asked in the comments by one of my subs, I think he's also associated with Assetto Land. His name is IceCube75 and he asked me, would I take the Peugeot 308 RCZ Cup car round Tsukuba? Would I have a go at getting it on the leaderboard? And now when I had looked up the car, because it wasn't immediately familiar to me, I didn't know what variant Peugeot it was, I realised it's the RCZ type car and it's roughly 300 brake horsepower and has slick tyres. I'm just going to bring this up in the background here. I'll just put that there. Now actually the model in this Assetto Corsa is 260 brake horsepower, not quite the 300 I thought. 314 newton meters of torque, which is decent, but it's 1145 kilograms. That's important, so that's a fairly light car. Now it says there that top speed is 210 kilometers an hour. And the 0 to 100 time, which I'm guessing is meaning 0 to 60 time, is 6.6 seconds, which for a racing cup car is a little bit slow. I'm going to be honest, with 260 brake and 1145 kilograms, I would have thought that car's faster than that. My IB for Cupra that I had tuned was around 220 to 240 brake horse, and that car weighed, I can't remember, 1300, 1400 kilograms, used to pull low 6 seconds, very low sixes, sometimes almost into the 5s, 0 to 60 time. Obviously two different cars, but again I expected that to be faster. That being said, with slick tyres, although it's going to lose ground on the straight because it's down on horsepower, it might make it up in some of the corners. So comment down below if you can guess where this is going to come on the leaderboard before we even get it out on track. Now quick shout out to the Arginator. I know you have an RCZ yourself, so this video is dedicated to you, sir. And thank you for showing me around the car. Although I called it an Audi TT ripoff, do apologise for that. Now, when I do these videos, I do a mini review of the car, and normally I don't do much practice. I've raced the car in its stock form, that it's downloaded as, and make no adjustments to the car. But as this is a cup car, I took this out for practice yesterday. I also done a fair bit of racing in it. Reason being, when you're hot lapping, you've got a green track, a clear track, you're looking for perfect lines, and you're only ever chasing the lap time. In a race, you're presented with so many variables and scenarios, trying to overtake people, outbrake people, even catch people. The car's going to be offline, and you get to know a car so much faster in a race scenario than you ever will in doing hot laps. That being said, I have got a time of 1 minute 2.645. That was in practice. It doesn't count for the leaderboard. Whether I can actually equal that or beat that tonight is in doubt. This is a tricky car to drive. It's not a car that mishandles, but when I come to give you my quick brief review of it after we got it out on track, you'll perhaps understand why this isn't the perfect Peugeot out there. But anyway, I've chatted enough. Let's get out on track and see how fast this can lap Tsukuba. Right, okay guys, here we are in the Peugeot 308 RCZ Racing Cup car. Oh, I like that. So it's a sequential gearbox. We have got the original gearbox there. I'm not going to watch that, I'm touching my keyboard. But it's sequential for the racing car. Nice pop and bang from the exhaust. Right, we're going to get it into gear. Turbo spooling, off we go. Obviously the first lap, it's going to be the warm-up lap. Now, something that I learned with this car pretty early, you've got to be really light with the brakes. And the braking point in this car is so important, because if you get it wrong, this thing doesn't stop, and it likes to lock the tyres very easy. No ABS in this. That was a nice line out there actually. We're going to get turned in. It doesn't like the curbs. The car doesn't like getting unsettled. I'm really not sure if I'm going to get anywhere near the lap time I got, but anyway, here we go. This will be the first of our 6 laps coming up. Bit heavy on the brake there. Making our time, and across the line, so this is lap 1, here we go. Using all the engine braking to get us slow down. On the power now. Thinking about braking early. Getting the car slowed down sufficiently, tight in as we can. Nice line out. Dab of the brake, get it turned in, missing that curb in there. Keeping it flat through here. Now we've got to brake early, otherwise this doesn't want to stop. It gets a bit sketchy, but that's done in nicely. Early on the power, pulling the car, pulling itself out, 3rd gear. 4th, got to try and carry the speed through here. Car wants to wash out wide, back on the power though. Maybe it should have been a bit earlier. Turned in, come on, turn. Out on the power. Throwing it in, keeping it in tight. Now with power out. Getting it around power early, that was good. And we got a... I think the earlier break in this, that was a bit sloppy. Come on, keep it going, round it out. Don't want to go in too deep. We hold the more speed this time. Try and run over the curbing, an earlier line out. Not much commentary in the minute, guys. I'm really trying to concentrate here. Oh, no, I'm going to hit the curb there. You hit the curb in this, it really unsettles the front end. And it's not good. I like the down blips on it though. Very nice. Come on the power. As I say, it's not the fastest accelerating car we've had in the series. Bit deep in there. We're alright, we didn't go in too quickly. Front struggling a bit. Just rub that curb, that was nice. Again, it stopped. Come on, and power. Sat on the limiter a little bit there, and we've lost a bit of time. Locking those wheels a bit, I don't want to lock the wheels. See if we can get carried. I don't know. Don't want to carry too much in there. Seems all good. That's neat through there. Stop. Looking for the inside of the apex. Can push it now. Push it out. Try and be a bit later, locking the tyre a bit out on the curb. I really need a lap counter when I'm doing this because I'm not sure how many I've done now. We'll make this one the last lap, I think, so I don't really think at this point in time I'm going to improve much on these times. I'm having to come off the brake as I'm right into the corner. I know I say you should drive a racing car, but the braking on this is so difficult. Front's bouncing, bobbling about there, but I'm going to keep on it this time. I'm going to say, I think we're going to call it that, guys. That's my attempt. I don't think it's fast as I got yesterday. I'm really not sure, but I tried. We'll jump back for the lap time. We'll see where it sits on the leaderboard. And then I'll give you my conclusion of why I don't think this is... I mean, this is how the car's set up. It's how it's set up. But what I would like to change on the car to improve it to suit my driving style. Anyway, let's flip back and see what lap time we got. Oh, I love that. I love it. Right. No. Helps when you quit it first. Let's exit that. Well, guys, can't believe it. That is the fastest lap I've got. You can see up on the top left there, 1 minute 2.547. I honestly didn't think I was going to equal my best lap time I did yesterday. Clearly I've beat it, and a theoretical there of 102.505. So we're not far off the theoretical time. I'm really happy with that, and that was just within the 6 laps. If I'd done any more than 6, that would have been disqualified. Bloody hell. Bloody hell, I really can't believe I've done that. Obviously that a bit of practice yesterday helped out. So I'm going to bring the leaderboard up. We're going to get this up on the leaderboard. We're going to see where it's come. Okay, so that puts the Peugeot 308 RCZ into 5th position on the leaderboard, just narrowly missing out on 4th place, and to be honest, not too a shabby time. But to be fair, I think there's 2 fundamental things on the car that could be improved. The first is the braking. Now I don't know whether you can alter the braking, I've not looked at that. For this series I'm taking the car as it is stock, I'm not altering anything. But the brake pedal, if you go in too hard on the brakes, you're going to lock the brakes up. The tyres like to lock very quickly. So the car requires initial pressure and you've got to back off quickly. Now I feel like I'm having to brake earlier than I was expecting to be braking for. When I first went in this car, I was just locking up and ploughing off the tracks of braking way too late. Where I would expect to be braking, I couldn't, so I had to bring that braking distance forward. And like I say, you should do this in a racing car, heavier on the brakes, lightening that pressure as you come out going into the corner. But I will put a replay up. You might see now and again I'm slightly locking a wheel, so the brakes, I'd like to alter the bias, and I like to be hitting the brakes a lot harder. I know it hasn't got ABS, and I know you've always got the potential to lock the pedal, but I like to brake heavier and later. When I was racing in this yesterday, I found that because I was having to brake earlier and always think about my braking, in my very first race I never punted another car off, but I was following closely behind and bumped him because I just couldn't stop in time. And then in various other races, starting in different positions, I found that I could only keep up with the cars. I couldn't challenge the cars. When I got close enough to challenge on the brakes, I couldn't because I was braking earlier. And I actually found the AI were pulling lap times in the 1 minute 1.5 times. I just can't do that. Maybe a proper racing driver could get way faster than I can around the track, but with my limited racing driver ability, that's the quickest I've got out of the car yet. Also, the front end on this car, it's never unsettled to the point where you're losing control. But as you can see, as we're going into the corner, the front is bobbling. It's always moving about like that. The chassis is not moving in that direction, but the front feels like it's hopping. If you get this thing on the curb, it actually jumps over, and that front end isn't secure enough. It turns in well, but I can't fully explain what I'm trying to convey. It doesn't understeer out in the corners, but the chassis bounces in the corners. Whether it's to do with the bump stopping or I don't know, something on the front end really needs tightening up, that when you're transitioning into a corner, the force is pushing the car out across the tyres. It needs more grip, on the front end. The front end isn't losing grip as such, but that transition through the corner, it's like the car's slowly bouncing across. It's only micro stuff, but it's enough that if you get the car unsettled, it loses traction. It's not good. And with the earlier braking, I really can't throw the car deep enough into a corner. So combined with the brakes and that problem that it doesn't stick in the corner, it's micro bubbles out. I don't like it. I don't like the setup. If those two are improved, this could get a much better time on the leaderboard. Anyway, that's just my opinion. If you drove this car, raced this car even, do you agree with what I've said? Do you disagree? I'd love to hear your comments. Anyway, let's wrap this up. I'll put the leaderboard up just before we go. 5th on the leaderboard, that's not too bad. If you've got an idea of a car you'd like to see in the next episode of How Fast Can It Lap Tsukuba, if I like the car, I may put it in. No guarantees, I've got to like the car. And I will see you very soon in more videos to come. And if you've noticed, I've cracked in Video Broadcaster. What do you think? Do you think this video format has improved? Comment down below. And if you haven't yet, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Come on guys, I want to start propelling this channel forward. Thank you for watching. Stay safe out there guys, and I'll see you in the next video to come. Peace out.